So with my last video, so it cut me off the camera, so I'll just continue off from where I was. Essentially with with the biceps, so for all muscle groups, I mean you want to be able to, your muscles to be lengthened out, so and stretching will help as well. But muscle, especially if you want it to grow bigger and get there quicker, just feel better in general. It helps to release the fascia and allow the muscles to relax more and help to lengthen them better so you can grow essentially. But that's a great timing to get really good nutrients in to actually heal the process better, because essentially the muscles as well don't rely on just protein and amino acids to grow and recover. They do, that's what they do. The muscles also require really good nutrients to actually basically like feel good. Basically, you don't know that your muscles are sort of feeling good. They will. It's like a switch basically for them. It just regulates them to feel good basically. I mean, you feel good in general when you eat better anyway, as you all know. So essentially the muscles are too, and they're going to heal quicker and all that stuff. But then once you start going on building muscle beyond your genetic type, depending on the genetic type as well, in certain muscle groups literally of your body, different muscle groups will grow different. I mean, you've got, like, I always look at Arnold Schwarzenegger, like he was an interesting one. He trained legs ridiculous, like I've watched his stuff, but his legs were never massively wide. They were very sort of, he was extremely strong, don't get me wrong. His legs were almost kind of like my structure. They don't grow big, but they grow almost sort of deep. So, but his strength in it was incredible. He was doing weights back then the same as what I've seen someone like Ronnie Coleman do, you know, but his legs are like, you know, so his fibers are different, his bone structure might be a little bit thicker. So there's always lots of variables to take into account. You've just got to work with what you've got. A lot of people don't know which muscle groups are their fast twitch and their slow twitch. So slow twitch is meaning it's going to recover quicker. Fast twitch is going to take a little bit longer. So I'll do more videos on that. But what I've done now, so before I just had, so during my workout I'm having a lot more stuff right before I work out, during my workout, and then straight after, and then probably an hour after, and then 2 hours, and then 3 hours sort of, depending on how I'm feeling, because especially with doing legs, my body doesn't want so much stuff to just digest all the time. Like everyone gets sick of that, you know. So I put a lot more greens in, superfoods, maybe whey stuff. I'm not too much of a fan on the whey. Pea protein, rice protein I do. Better blend it together, that way it actually absorbs better and goes slower through your digestive tract, because rice protein is so fine it can just go through. The whey protein can make you very acidic, meaning your alkalinity level, your pH level will drop quite a bit and you're more prone then to inflammation in your joints. Milk does that. But the whey protein milk that I've got is an organic one, so you're going to be more better off anyway. So it has no GMOs, no genetically modified organism, has no pesticides, no artificial colours, flavourings, sweetenings, preservatives, fillers, so there's nothing in there except the protein. So it's essentially boring, it's not nice to drink, but you know what? I've actually gotten used to it and it doesn't bother me one bit. And this is the thing, most things in life that are actually good for you do not taste good. So if you can get beyond that, you'll be able to, your body has the ability to be able to change to be more susceptible to food that doesn't taste good, actually does really good for the body. And this is that same principle with supplementation. As soon as you start to put in some type of sweetness into a supplementation, this is why the pros tend to, like in the athletics, but basically gymnastics or sprinters or whatever it is, tend to avoid that for their pre-workout. So the body has the maximum, it doesn't activate serotonin and GABA, has no interference in electrical impulses and brainwave patterns and neurotransmitter firing and upbringing from the stomach to the head, because you've got two brains, gut and the brain, they work together. So they try to avoid a lot of sweet stuff, so that way their focus drive, their neural drive, so the neural drive is from the gut to the brain and back down, all that stuff. So it regulates how the body works, is 100% focus basically. and that's so important for drive, mental focus, stamina, endurance, rah. Then you can take supplements, which I do sometimes. My supplements always vary. I go without, or a little bit more, a little bit less, or sometimes I don't have any for a week. So it's so good to cycle depending on what you're doing. And if you're doing a lot of going into the gym and then just essentially doing light reps to help actually loosen up the muscles, it's a great time to get a lot more nutrients in as well. On my recovery, I find is a day and a half more sometimes. If I do that, I reckon it's really good. Great chance to get in amino acids, but also a lot of your greens too, so which is very good. I'll leave it at that because I'll be going on and on forever. Just thinking what else. Yeah, so make sure, like especially if you're having a whey protein, you really need to alkaline your body back, get its pH levels, its hydrogen levels back up. I mean, essentially you're going to, stomach acids, hopefully you're going to be producing enough, you're going to be producing enough hydrogen in your stomach anyway, once that valve closes off. Otherwise the valve never closed off, well, we wouldn't create any. It needs that closing. So, alkaline salts, health food store usually has it. Probably buy online, I'm sure. But a great way to keep the balance for inflammation building up in your body, and you don't feel run down. You're not prone to essentially diseases. Literally, that's what it is. And these days in the world, with even when we eat good, I mean, I always say organic's about 90–95% good because they cannot. The water they use cannot be 100% natural anyway. I mean, it's just, and then, I mean, if they end up buying soils or something, which I'm sure they do, which is still organic, you don't know what maybe animal that's come from or what land it's come from, what's been in before that. So there's so many areas with that that's so, but look, it's still going to be better, but organic's so expensive. So when you do eat good anyway, just make sure that, I find that alkalining is a good indication of how acidic your body gets quite quick, and it's so important to stay on top of it. So all the best. We'll talk more soon, definitely.